Welcome to another edition of Climax Scots Football TV. This week, reuniting an old St. Joseph Valley League rivalry in White Pigeon, where Climax Scots posted a 36-8 win Friday night. Climax Scots and White Pigeon used to clash regularly in the 1970s, 80s, and 90s, establishing a real intense rivalry at times. While the two schools haven't played in the same conference for years, last year's thrilling 9-7 CS win over the Chiefs has seemed to inspire a new rivalry. Zach Nabosny, who intercepted a pass near the goal line, thwarting a Chief rally earlier in the quarter, came up with a big fumble recovery at the White Pigeon 41-yard line with 4:16 left in the quarter that set up the Panthers' first score. 5 plays later, Dakota Nowakowski crossed the goal line from 6 yards out at the 2:20 mark for a 6-0 CS lead. Josh Fleck kicked the extra point. Nowakowski, who finished with 54 yards on 12 carries, was back in the end zone early in the second quarter on a 25-yard run, and then Fleck toed the extra point for a 14-0 Panther lead. White Pigeon came back to make the scores 14-8 at halftime on a 9-yard touchdown run and successful 2-point conversion at the 4:04 mark. Nowakowski scored his third touchdown of the contest from 2 yards out with 6:54 left in the third quarter for an 18-8 Panther lead, and then Nabosny hooked up with Aaron Cook on the 2-point conversion, making the score 20-8 after 3 quarters. Alex Lotus started the fourth quarter off right with a 17-yard touchdown burst just 15 seconds into the stanza, and Fleck kicked the extra point for a 29-8 Panther lead. Lotus then broke off one of his typical long touchdown runs at the 8:23 mark, breaking free for a 69-yard touchdown scamper. Fleck kicked the extra point for the final margin. Lotus finished with 154 yards on 14 carries, and Nowakowski had 54 yards on 10 carries. Gibson and Malachi Satterley each finished with 12 tackles. The 8-0 Panthers are just one win away from securing the SCAA title all to itself, as well as posting a perfect 9-0 regular season mark. But the team will have to defeat Colon on the road next Friday at 7 p.m. to accomplish this feat. Colon trails CS by 1 game in the SCAA standings, setting up a big first-place showdown. Malachi Satterley, Coach Langs, and Mitchell Vosberg talked about the big win over the school's former SJV rival on the road, a big showdown at Colon, and the possibility of finishing the regular season undefeated while winning the SCAA championship all to itself.
Kai, you were all over the field tonight. Were you playing a little more inspired tonight?
Yeah, I felt like my team was threatened. I was threatened, really chippy, and just had to, take care of what we had going. Didn't want to give it up.
I'm sure Coach Langs has talked about the former SJV rivalry with White Pigeon. That meant a lot to win over here in White Pigeon, didn't it?
It did. I don't know much about the rivalry. I wasn't around back then. But it means a lot to us just to put the W up.
Now you get a real special chance next week to run the field in the regular season. That's going to be important for your team, I imagine, at Colon.
Oh, it means everything to us. Go out of the regular season undefeated. That's what we all work for and live for after school for hours. And it's going to mean a lot if we can do that.
Finally, Malachi, I imagine it's hard for you to be playing with your brother on the sidelines there. Is it kind of hard for you to play with your brother on the sidelines?
Oh, I find inspiration in it. I have a reason now, or more of a reason to, I have someone to play for more than myself, and more than the team that I'm playing for. Someone who lost the mobility of his arm for the sport, so.
Yeah. Well, good job, and congratulations on the big win tonight.
Thank you.
Tonight, Talk about this big win down in SJV country. You used to play down here. What did that mean to you to win down here?
Well, let's see. The last time I played in White Pigeon, me personally, we got beat 63-0. So that was 1981.
Wow.
To be able to come back and like I said, just when the opposing chain gang tells you how classy the program is and how your kids conduct yourself, and specifically using Malachi Satterley and his conduct with the cheap play that was going on, that means a lot. To come in here and play at school that much, bigger than you in the St. Joe Valley, and to do that is all those things we talk about beyond winning. So that was neat. That was good.
When you look at your second half tonight, really a great second half. What were you doing differently in that second half? Anything?
Changed up a couple things, blocking scheme-wise. Defensively, again, we're still trying to get used to new defense. We're trying to tweak that. But I think it was the seniors. I really do. The seniors, we don't say a whole lot at halftime. A few changes in the blocking scheme. We're going to do this, wham, and next thing you know, pop, it happens. And I give that to senior leadership, And I thought, Zach Nabosny was top-notch, Robert Thompson, Kurt Gibson, Aaron Cook, all the seniors. Just a great, and Alex Lotus had a nice second half.
It was. And then now talk about, please, your last regular season game next week with Colin. That's going to be a real barn burner.
Oh, another one. But to me, sometimes a little different in our conference with playing each other. We're hoping that there's some respect there amongst each other, and maybe because we don't see White Pigeon, we haven't earned that yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, Colin's conference championships on the line, and you've heard us say it before. We'd love to share in other aspects of life, but when it comes to the SCA title, we'd like to be a little selfish in that area.
Yeah, and then Coach, finally I got to ask you, you have a chance to run the regular season table next week in Colin. If you do that, do you bring your rain gear down in Colin? Because we all grow older.
Remember Nick DeVries, 2003? That was, we were there.
Yeah.
Is that Waldron? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2000. You had a great picture of that one. I know, it hasn't been. It's been a crazy journey. God's been gracious in victory and defeat. But yeah, it was. We'll see. Big game, big rivals down their place. We've had some barn burners. We've squeaked a few out.
Yeah.
You get nervous when you got to play in Colin, so we'll see.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to hearing the bus come around the Crescent office tonight.
That's right. We'll be sitting.
Vosburgh senior tonight. Just talk about this win down here in White Pigeon tonight.
That's a really big win. Obviously, an old St. Joe Valley rival playing last year for the first time in a long time, get a 9-6 win. We knew coming in it would be a tough physical game, and the team just played a great second half.
And then please talk about that next week's last regular season game in Colin. That'll be a barn burner.
This will be a war. This will be a war for the conference title. That's what I'm going to say. If you don't show this, it's going to be a one game you don't want to miss.
Well, enjoy this win tonight, Mitchell.
Thank you, Scoop.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Reporting live from White Pigeon, this is Scoop for www.theclimaxcrescent.com.
Every one of you, love you to death. Enjoy it.
Yeah.